Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best team you can possibly build in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM for MyTEAM Unlimited or competitive play. I'm just going to be building a 10-man roster. I will mention briefly guys that you could put at the end of your bench for the end of your 13-man toward the end of the video if you do want to run a 13-man lineup. But most people run 10-man lineups just because I think that's the easiest way to run your lineup in terms of basically making subs, and things like that. It's just the simplest way to run your lineup. Most competitive players run a 10-man lineup. So I'm going to be building a 10-man lineup, and then I will give some suggestions at the end for who you can put in the 11 to 13 spots. Before we hop into it, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 2,500 subscriber mark on the channel, grinding every single day to put out great content for y'all. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it and start off with the point guard position. So starting point guard, I'm going to go with Derrick Rose. I think Derrick Rose is the best point guard in 2K22. I have had some issues with this card. At least I've heard about some issues with this card. I've barely used him, but he's a great card, obviously. 95 offense, 85 defense, 6'3 with a 6'8 wingspan, so he's got pretty good size, especially with the wingspan for the point guard position. 3 out of 5 hotspots are outside the 3. 4 Hall of Fame badges are fearless finisher, slithery finisher, downhill, and quick first step. This quick first step Hall of Fame badge is super nice. He definitely moves amazingly off of different burst animations and stuff like that in game. He has a 77 shot 3, which is more than good enough to green. He's not going to be obviously getting the chef badge or the limited spotted badge and stuff like that to extend his range, but he definitely is easy enough to green with, and he can get some shooting badges like Deadeye, Mismatch Expert, and difficult shots if you do want to add those to him. But he's on the real thing about Derrick Rose that makes him great is his 95 speed, 95 excel, 95 speed with the ball, 90 driving dunk. He's an incredible slasher. Gets really nice dunk animations. Gold posterizer helps with that. He also has a silver limitless takeoff, silver fast twitch. He's a very, very nice card, obviously. Slash Therm, he's the best slashing point guard in the game. I don't even think that's really up for debate. Playmaking wise, he's super good with the Hall of Fame quick first step, downhill, gold handles for days, bullet passer, ankle breaker, unpluckable. He has bronze dimer that can be upgraded, silver bailout that can be upgraded, glue hands, hyperdrive, quick chain, all the badges that you need for a playmaker. Defensively, he can't get clamps, but he can get some defensive badges like ball stripper, interceptor, intimidator, things like that, pick dodger, pickpocket that you might want to add to this card as well to improve his defensive ability. But he's an incredible slasher, a decent enough defender, and a good enough shooter as well. Pretty good release as well. Derrick Rose release on normal, it's crazy fast on current gen. Even on next gen, it's fast. It's a very quick release, especially for a normal timing release. And on next gen, I found like it's very easy to green. Like current gen, I feel like it's almost too fast. So for you on current gen, you might struggle a little bit to shoot with him, but I've barely used this release on current gen, so it may just be me not being used to it as well. At the backup point guard position, I'm going to go with Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving fits for the backup point guard position, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But Kyrie is just he's the best offensive all-around point guard in the game, probably. Well, that may not even be true. He's the best 3-hunting point guard, though. He's got a ton of good shooting badges. He's got the Gold Chef, Fade, Scream Machine, Hot Sun Hunter, Lucky Number 7, Sniper, Volume Shooter, Catch and Shoot, Bronze Deadeye, and Limitless Spot Up. Can't get Blinders, unfortunately. Blinders doesn't work that well anyway on next gen. Has gold handles for days, can get quick first step, and I do recommend adding it to him. Gold Ankle Breaker, Bronze Bullet Passer, Gold Hyperdrive, Quick Chain, Stop and Go Tight Handles, Unpluckable. Needs Bailout and Dimer added to him. Defensively, he can't get clamps, but he can again get Interceptor, Intimidator, Ball Stripper, things like that. Not a very good defensive card, but offensively super nice. He's easy to green with. He's got decent speed. Not going to be dunking the ball, but he dribbles phenomenally. Kyrie's dribble sticks are super nice. He's got the Pro one behind the back as well. And the Kyrie release on quick, while not being a great release, Kyrie's release still isn't that good in the game. On quick, it's definitely easy enough to green and easy enough to get off, and he is the best 3-hunting point guard in the game right now. A very, very solid card. At the starting shooting guard position, I'm going to go with Mitch Richmond. I think Mitch Richmond is probably the best shooting guard in the game right now. And Mitch Richmond is just a very, very good all-around card. He's a great shooter. He can create a little bit. Very well-balanced card. 6'5", 6'8 wingspan, so he's got decent size. 95 offense, 87 defense, 3 out of 5 hotspots for outside the 3. 88 three-pointer, 84 speed and excel, 83 speed with ball, 75 driving dunk, and an 84 perimeter with an 85 pass reception, 75 lateral quickness. So not a great defender, not a great athlete, things like that, but he can dunk and he can play a little bit of defense, and he is a knockdown shooter. 2 Hall of Fame badges are difficult shots and hot zone hunter. He also has gold blinders, catch and shoot, green machine, sniper, silver Deadeye, and stop and pop. He can get chef, can't get limitless spot up, but he can get mismatch expert, can get posterizer as well if you wanted to add that to him to improve his slashing ability. Also needs quick first step. I definitely do recommend adding that to the card. He can get interceptor, menace, pickpocket, and pick dodger as well. Jump shot is super nice. Jump shot 22 with release 8 upwards, the same jumper he had last year. It's super easy to green, super quick, super consistent. I'm a big fan of his jump shot. Pro 5 behind the back, dribbles decently, quick dribble style, which is nice. He's a decent card. He's not crazy. The shooting guard position in of itself is not crazy in terms of high-end cards, but he's a knockdown shooter who gives you a little bit of defense and a little bit of slashing creating ability as well. At the backup shooting guard position, I'm going to go with Dale Ellis. This was a close one for me because I think you could definitely put in a guy like Jason Richardson at this backup shooting guard position if you badge Jason Richardson. But Dale Ellis is the guy that I chose to go with right now, and part of that is because of how good of a shooter he is. This card is arguably the best shooting card in my team right now. Only thing about him is he doesn't get chef or limitless spot, so he doesn't really have the range, but these badges are not that good or necessary anyway. You can still shoot from a step or two behind the line and have success even without these badges. And with his release, the Ray Allen base, Kobe Bryant upper, he is so easy to green with. Captain Shoot Corner Specials are his Hall of Fame badges. 4 out of 5 shooting badges, or I've been hotspots from outside the 3-point line, and a 6'7" height with a 6'10" wingspan is really good at the shooting guard position. 93 shot 3, 75 driving down, 80 speed and excel, 76 speed with ball, decent defensive stats as well. Does not get clamps again, but he does get hustler, interceptor, ankle brace, pickpocket, things like that if you want to add those to him. Can't get quick first step as well. So he's not really going to be much of a creator, but he is an incredible knockdown shooter. And animations wise, jumper is amazing, obviously. Behind the back is the Pro 5, just like Mitch Richmond, which is definitely a solid behind the back. He has shifty dribble style, which is also good. Without quick first step, he's not going to be much of a creator, but that being said, he shoots the ball as well as any card in the game right now. Absolute knockdown shooter and a phenomenal option at the backup shooting guard position. Starting at small forward, I personally am going to go with Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi gives you more defensively than any other card in the game, at least as an on-ball defender right now. He's just so good. He's 6'7" with 7'3" wingspan, big player model, long arms, 87 offense, 94 defense, hotspots from both the corners and the right hash, 80 shot 3. It's easily high enough to green. He's super green. Releases, again, really phenomenal. He's got the Ray Allen base, and any card with the Ray Allen base is amazing, but it's the same jumper as Kawhi had last year. And, I mean, if y'all have used any Kawhi cards in the last 2 years, y'all know exactly how easy to green and how easy to time his release is. He's a knockdown shooter. He's got the shooting badges as well that he needs. Doesn't get blinders, Deadeye, corner special, screen machine, but he's still so chicken, so knockdown. You could add quick first step, quick chain, things like that to him if you want to improve his ability to create with the ball. You could also add rebound chaser, rim protector, worm if you want to make him a little bit better of an interior player. But on the perimeter, he's an incredible defender, Hall of Fame off-ball pest, gold ankle braces, clamps, ball stripper, interceptor, intimidator, defensive leader, pick dodger, and pickpocket. He's got decent athleticism, can dunk the ball a decent amount. Just a very, very great card. Well-balanced card again, Pro 5 behind the back, just like the last couple of cards we've looked at. And he's not an incredible dribbler, but if you do put the quick chain and quick first step on him that he can get, it will definitely improve his ability to create with the ball as well, especially if you need him to. And he's the best on-ball defender in the game right now. Kawhi is a phenomenal card. I highly recommend every squad in the game having this card because of the value that he has at his price point. At the backup 3, I'm going with Danny Granger. I think Colossal Danny Granger is one of the better shooting cards in the game. I love his jump shot, and he's got a ton of really good shooting badges as well. 4 hotspots for outside the 3, 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, which is great size at the small forward position. The Hall of Fame badges are catch and shoot, quarter specials, hot hunter, and volume shooter. Also comes with gold blinders, deadeye, sniper, silver mismatch expert, bronze limitless spot if he can get chef. He comes with glue hands, bailout, handles for days, can get quick first step, can get dimer, can get downhill, so he can be improved as a creator as well. Defensively, card's not terrible, especially at 6'9". He's definitely solid. Can get clamps, can get interceptor, can get intimidator, can get pickpocket, post lockdown, things like that, ankle braces. So you can make him a much better defender as well. 91 shot 3, 80 driving dunk, 86 speed and excel with an 82 speed with ball. Very well-rounded card. Statistically, he's a super good card. Jump shot 29 with release 78 upper. It's the same jump shot that he and Glen Robinson have. Sean Elliott has the same base as well. If y'all have used it, y'all know it's very easy to time, very quick, and very easy to green. He doesn't dribble great. I don't feel like behind the back is kind of it's not great. I don't love Lucas behind the back this year. Size ups is decent. I don't feel like he dribbles insanely, but if you put the quick first step on him, the quick chain, things like that, it will improve his ability to create, and he is an absolute knockdown shooter, one of the best small forwards in the game right now. At the power forward position, starting, I'm going with Glen Robinson. I think Glen Robinson gives you enough size-wise at the power forward position to make him runnable there, and I think that he gives you a ton of versatility and ability on the offensive end as well. 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan, 95 offense, 87 defense, 3 hotspots from outside the 3-point line, and 5 Hall of Fame badges, which are off-ball pest, set shooter, volume shooter, fearless finisher, and putback boss. Comes with a bunch of gold finishing badges like acrobat, fast twitch, posterizer, post spin technician, slithery, gold shooting badges like catch and shoot, corner special, screen machine, hot zone hunter. He can get blinders. He can get lucky number 7, sniper. He can get handles for days. He already has quick first step on gold and bailout and glue hands and downhill and bullet passer. Bunch of good badges there. Defensively, he can also get defensive leader, intimidator, interceptor, pick dodger, pickpocket. Can't get clamps, unfortunately, but he is a super solid defensive card, especially at 6'7", with good perimeter defensive stats and solid interiors defensive stats as well. He's a decent enough rebounder, and he has a 90 driving dunk, 83 shot 3, 85 speed excel with an 84 speed with ball, and an 86 ball handle, so he can speed boost as well. With that gold quick first step, great creating card at the 4. He does, I feel like, have the size and the defensive ability to play the 4 effectively as well, and he has the exact same shot as Danny Granger. Not quite as good shooting badges or shot rating, but he is still a knockdown shooter. Absolutely phenomenal card. Again, I think he is the best option at the power forward position right now in my team in terms of his ability to play defense, stretch the floor, and also create his own shot. At the backup 4, we're going with Gus Gerard, a guy who I really wish I had on my squad, but I cannot seem to get this Gus Gerard card no matter how hard I try. Unfortunately, because he's a super good card. 92 offense, 88 defense, 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan, 1 hotspots for outside the 3, and 18 gold badge, which is definitely a lot at this point in the year. Comes with gold fearless finisher, acrobat, fast twitch. Does not get posterizer, unfortunately. He does get limitless takeoff if you want to add that to him. Unstrippable as well. Corner specialist, he comes with rhythm shooter, catch and shoot, clutch shooter, blinders, can get chef, can get deadeye, can get green machine, hot zone hunter. He can get ankle breaker, dimer. Comes with bronze quick for step that can be upgraded, can get handles for days if you want to. I probably wouldn't add that to him. I might add dimer to him. And then defensively, he comes with some solid defensive badge as well. Silver clamps on a 4 is super nice. He's got the his statistics for great perimeter defense and decent interior defense. He's 6'8" as well, which is good size. Can get a couple defensive badges added to him, like a rebound chaser or a chase down artist or a box, things like that you might want to add to him if you're playing him at the 4. But he's a solid slasher. 70 driving dunk is good enough to get it down. 83 speed and excel with an 82 speed with the ball, 86 ball handle, and an 81 shot 3. So he's a very well-rounded card. Again, he can create his own shot. He can play some defense. He's got a knockdown jump shot, which is the exact same jump shot as Cliff Hagan. Super nice, easy to green, consistent jumper. He's going to be knocking down every open shot. He's going to play defense at a high level. He's got the badges to play defense at a good level as well. And he's going to be able to create his own shot and slash therm a little bit as well. Very well balanced card, and I think he's another perfect option similar to Glen Robinson to run at the power forward position. And then finally at the center position, I'm going to put Kemba Walker as the starter, and I want to explain this because I'm also going to tell you who I'm putting at the backup, and that is Wilt Chamberlain. I think Wilt Chamberlain is a better card than Kemba Walker because of how dominant he is on the defensive end of the court and on the interior. But the reason that I'm starting Kemba and bringing Wilt off the bench is because I think Wilt pairs a lot better with a 3-hunting point guard like Kyrie Irving, who you can put Wilt on a slip and run him in a pick and roll every time, whereas Derrick Rose plays better with a guy like Mutombo, who you can put on a pick and pop and use D Rose for his most effective usage of attacking the rim. So for that reason, I put Dikembe at the starter and Wilt as the backup centers. But they're both great cards. I can tell you that right now. Starting off looking at Dikembe. Dikembe has pretty decent speed for a center. 64 speed in excel, 54 speed with ball. He's not fast, but he's not incredibly slow. There's a lot of cards that are slower than him. 92 offense, 96 defense, 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan. He's got 92 strength, 83 shot 3, 85 driving dunk, 91 interior, 94 block, 75 lateral quickness as well, is really good for a 7'2" player at this point in the year. Good rebounder, great defensive badges, even has bronze clamps, which is nice. Can get interceptor, can get pogo stick. He can get quick for step, which I probably wouldn't recommend adding to him, but you could add it to him if you wanted to. Upgrade this glue hands. He can get bullet passer, which is a nice badge for the interior. He can get posterizer, could get blinders, chef, limitless spot up. There's a lot of badges this card can get. He can get pretty much every single badge in the game. I think he actually can get every single badge in the game that he does not come with, which is definitely nice. Jump shot is kind of gross, but it's gradable. It's the same base as Wilt. It's a better upper than Wilt, and I think it's easier to green than Wilt. Wilt, even if he had a higher 3-point rating, would be very hard to green with, I think. But this card, if you leave him wide open, is a threat. He'll knock down whites, and he will be able to green shots. And as a pick and pop big, he also has the defense and the rebounding ability to play the interior at a very, very high level. Finally, we get to Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain is the best defensive center in the game. I don't think there's any debate on that. 95 offense, 93 defense, hotspots from only inside the paint, 7'1" with an 8-foot wingspan. You're not going to shoot the ball with this card. 48 shot mid, 43 shot 3, and a gross release. He's not a shooter, but he's a phenomenal pick and roll big, as well as a rebounder and a paint masher on the offensive end. Drop stepper, lob city finisher, and rise up are super nice Hall of Fame badges. Also, Hall of Fame pogo is super nice on the interior to prevent yourself from getting paint mashed. He can get some good badges as well, like interceptor if you wanted to add that to him, ball stripper, things like that. I wouldn't recommend adding any shooting badges on it because you're probably not going to actually use those, but limitless takeoff would be a good badge to add. A badge like post playmaker, even a quick first step with 75 speed and excel might help him to get a blow by on a smaller, shorter center. 90 interior, only a 78 block, but trust me, it feels way better than that, especially at this with the Hall of Fame pogo and the 8-foot wingspan. Statistically, this card does not look as good as Dikembe Mutombo, but for whatever reason, he plays so incredibly on the interior and on the defensive end of the court. He is so hard to stop both as an offensive paint masher and on the defensive end of the court in terms of his ability to play the pick and roll, play lanes, all these things. Such a phenomenal card. I think Wilt Chamberlain is the best center in the game, despite the fact that the stats may tell you otherwise. Plus 75 speed and excel, that feels so fast on a guy like him, especially this early in the game. Such a good card. And I think this is the best 10-man lineup that you can build right now. You got guys who can attack the rim, you guys who can shoot the ball, secondary playmakers, knockdown shooters. Every card on this list can shoot an open three except for Wilt Chamberlain and knock it down at a very, very high level. Very good, well-balanced team. I love this squad. I think if I had this squad, I'd be super sitting. I'd be sitting pretty. And I'm not that far away. I need a few other players and things like that to improve my team, but I definitely think that this is a great squad that you can build in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. And yeah, last thing I will mention this video is if you do want to run a 13-man lineup, you can plug in guys like Ron Boone or Fred VanVleet as a third point guard. You can plug in a guy like a Jason Richardson or a Draymond Green, depending on what you want as a secondary wing or defensive player. And then I would recommend putting in a guy like Serge Ibaka if you want another stretch big, or Shaquille O'Neal if you want another interior big. One of those two things. If you like to have a stretch big, you can plug in a guy like Ibaka who can come in for Wilt if you're being paint sat on defensively. And you could also put in a guy like Shaq, who's the dominant inside force as a paint masher. So strong and so big that he is borderline unstoppable as well. So there's a lot that you can do with this lineup, but this is the best 10-man lineup that I would run in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM right now. If you did enjoy this video and you found it helpful, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.